Hi, my name's Rachel, and today I'm going to be taking you through a vinyasa flow that is going to be working deep into our hips. So if you want to grab any props you might need, maybe you want to grab a couple of blocks or a strap or anything else. And please, as always, just go at your own pace. Make sure you take child's pose whenever you need to. And let's begin. So we're going to start today's practice on our backs. So bringing the soles of your feet together, knees come out wide, and then we're just going to come down onto our backs, palms facing upwards, closing our eyes. And just taking a moment here just to arrive on our mats. Taking nice deep inhales and exhales through your nose. Switching on your ujjayi breath if that's in your practice. Last couple of breaths here. And you can keep your eyes closed if you like to, and just drawing your knees together. And I'm going to place your left ankle on top of your right knee and interlace your hands behind either your right thigh, or if you can, going a little bit further, you can want to interlace your hands around your right shin. So getting a nice stretch here in your left hip, flexing through both your feet, drawing your knees in towards your chest. And release. I'm going to take the other side. So bringing your right foot on top of your left knee, and again either interlacing your hands behind your thigh or around your shin, and just gently drawing your knees in towards your chest, keeping your feet flexed, getting that nice gentle stretch in your right hip. Remembering that one side will probably always be a little bit tighter than the other. My right hip is so much tighter than my left. And release. And then coming all the way over, we're going to come into all fours. So bringing your knees hip distance apart. And then we're just going to walk your hands out, coming into extended puppy pose. So bringing your forehead down onto the mat, melting your chest down, spreading your fingers wide. And then from here, we're just going to tuck under your toes, lift your bottom back, coming into downward facing dog. So in a downward facing dog, you want to spread your fingers nice and wide, index fingers pointing forwards, eyes of your elbows facing towards one another, tilting your pelvis up towards the sky, drawing your heels down to the mat. You can just bend one knee here and then the other. We're just waking our bodies up here, just being nice and gentle. You might want to gaze under each armpit, maybe shaking out your head, relaxing your neck. And then we're just going to slowly tiptoe your way up to the front of the mat. Bringing your feet hip distance apart. And you can bend your knees here if you need to. And we're just going to take hold of our two big toes with our peace fingers. And inhale, we're going to look forwards, and as you exhale, folding forwards over your legs, getting a nice gentle stretch here in your hamstrings. So keeping your knees bent as much as you need to, making sure you shift the weight into the balls of your feet. Tilting your pelvis up towards the sky. And release, and then we're just going to place your hands underneath your feet. Inhale, look forward to prepare, and as you exhale, folding forward. Again, making sure that you're shifting your weight into the balls of your feet. And bringing your hands out, placing your hands on your hips, and as you inhale, we're going to come all the way up to standing. Bringing your feet together at the top of the mat, so heels slightly apart, big toes touching. We're just going to take a couple sun A's. So as you inhale, sweep your arms up, gaze up towards your hands. As you exhale, folding forwards, hands come down to the mat, bend your knees here if you need to. Inhale, come up into your fingertips, look forwards. And as you exhale, stepping back, coming into our high plank. And then from here, we're going to come down, knees, chin, chest, snaky forwards, coming up into our baby cobra. And then exhale, tucking under our toes, pushing back through child's pose, coming into downward facing dog. And then from here, you're going to ground down with your left hand and take your right hand and grab hold of your left calf. And then we're just going to twist under, gazing under your left armpit. Bring your right hand back on the mat, and then grounding down through your right hand, you're going to bring your left hand to your right calf, gazing under your right armpit. Place your left hand down, and then looking forwards, you're going to step forwards with your right, followed by your left. Inhale, come up onto your fingertips. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forwards, hands come down to the mat. Inhale, come up onto your fingertips, look forwards. Exhale, step, or you can hop back, coming down through knees, chin, chest, or down through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, we're just going to take a couple of plank rolls. So as you inhale, you're going to roll forwards, doming through your upper back, and then coming through up into your upward facing dog, but keeping your toes tucked under. And then back through, coming back into your downward facing dog. So inhale, coming forwards. Exhale, upward facing dog with your toes tucked. Inhale, back through to your downward facing dog. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, rolling forwards. Exhale, upward facing dog. Inhale, back through to your downward facing dog. Last one. Inhale, rolling forwards. Exhale, upward facing dog. Inhale, rolling back through into your downward facing dog. And then looking forwards, going to step or hop through to the top of your mat. Inhale, come up onto your fingertips. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Hands come onto the mat. Inhale, come up into your fingertips. Exhale, step or hop back, coming down through knees, chin, chest or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, we're just going to walk your hands back. And then bringing your feet as wide as the mat, turning your feet outwards, heels in. You're going to come down into our yogi squat or malasana. So bringing your elbows to the inside of your knees, hands at heart center, lifting your chest. If your heels don't reach the mat, you might want to grab your blocks and just place them underneath your heels. Otherwise, just coming down, using a slight gentle pressure with your elbows and the insides of your knees here. Keeping your spine nice and long. And then release, coming back, walking your hands back out, coming back into your downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your right foot in between your hands. Place your left hand to the inside of your right foot and inhale, sweep your right arm up towards the sky. Gaze towards your right hand, staying up on the ball of your left foot. Easy twist. And then inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, we're going to come round, coming into our revolved Skandasana. So coming onto the knife edge of your right foot, gazing back towards your right hand. And then pivoting all the way around, we're going to come into Skandasana on our right side. So you can bring your hands down onto the mat if you like to, or if you have the balance, you can bring your hands to heart center, gazing forward, flexing through your left foot. And then come on all the way back round, coming into low lunge, so coming high up onto your fingertips, opening up your chest, gaze forwards, coming up to the ball of your left foot. And then from here, we're going to come into lizard pose. So bringing your hands to the inside of your right foot, placing them flat on the mat. And then you can just take a few gentle movements here, just working into your hip space. If you like, you can come down onto your left knee, untucking your foot, or staying up with your leg extended. And then either staying up on your hands, or if you want to, you can come down onto your forearms, or if you want to grab a block, you can come down onto the block. And then from here, if you want, you can come onto the knife edge of your right foot, opening up your knee. Breathing into any tight spots. Making sure you don't force anything though. Keeping everything nice and engaged. And then coming all the way up. And from here, keeping your left foot tucked under, you're going to sweep your right leg up, coming into three-legged dog. And then waving through, coming into chaturanga. And if you can, keeping your leg lifted, coming down through a three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moving on to the left side. So inhale, sweep your left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your left foot in between your hands. Inhale, place your right hand down, sweep your left arm up, easy twist. Gaze towards your left hand. And then coming round into our revolved Skandasana, gaze back towards your left hand. Pivoting all the way around, coming into Skandasana on the left side. Keeping your right foot flexed, lifting your chest. And then pivoting all the way around, coming into your low lunge, opening up your chest, gaze forwards. And then from here, bringing your hands to the inside of your left foot, coming into our lizard. So again, maybe just taking those gentle circles. And then either staying up on your hands or coming down onto a brick or coming down onto your forearms. Again, you can open up your knee, coming onto the knife edge of your left foot. Breathing here. Slowly coming up. Keeping your back foot tucked under, going to sweep your left leg up, coming into our three-legged dog. And then again, if you can, keeping your leg lifted, coming forward into your high plank, lowering down through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just taking a couple of moments here. And then moving on, so inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, we're going to bring your right foot towards your left wrist, coming into our pigeon pose. So with pigeon, as always, just going to where you feel comfortable. So your foot might be closer to your left hip, or it might be more of a right angle. Just making sure you keep your hips nice and squared and your back foot is untucked. And then you can either stay here or you can come down onto your forearms, maybe coming down again onto a block. Or if you want, you can walk your hands all the way out, melting your chest down towards the mat. Another option that's also quite nice is you might want to place your block underneath your right hip, just giving you a little bit of extra support. And just breathing nice and deeply here. And slowly coming up. And we're going to swing your left leg all the way around, coming to sit. So coming into foul log pose. So we're going to bring your left ankle on top of your right knee. And again, you might want to grab a block. So if you have quite a big gap in between, so you're wanting to keep your legs parallel to the top of the mat. And if you have quite a big gap in between your foot and your knee, you might want to bring a block underneath your knee just to give you extra support. And then from here, we're just going to walk your hands out, folding forwards. Bring your forearms down to the mat if that's available to you. Otherwise, just coming to wherever you feel that nice deep stretch in mainly your right hip, but also your left as well. Keeping your feet flexed. This is a very intense stretch, so try to stay with it if you can. Slowly coming up, and then from here we're just going to cross over our ankles, coming back through your vinyasa, so either stepping or hopping back, coming down, knees, chin, chest, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to take that on the left side. So inhale, sweep your left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your left foot to your right wrist, coming into our pigeon pose. So again, just making sure that you keep your hips nice and squared, either staying up here or walking your hands out, coming to wherever feels comfortable for you. So with all of these poses, please just go to wherever you feel that nice stretch and don't go any further. Don't push yourself. Don't force it. Really using your breath here to breathe into those tight spots. Slowly coming up, and we're just going to swing your your right leg all the way around, setting up for our fire log pose on the other side. So you start with, you're going to bring your left leg out, so making sure that it's parallel to the top of your mat, and then bringing your right foot on top of your left knee, and then making sure you keep your hips nice and squared. And then inhale to prepare, and then as you exhale, we're just going to come walking your hands forwards, coming to wherever you feel that stretch. So it might be up here, you might want to just stay upright, just moving forward with your chest, or if you can just walk it gently out, coming into more of a full fold. Just taking it nice and gently. Like I said, it's a very intense stretch on your hips. Slowly coming all the way up. And then again, we're just going to cross over our ankles, coming through, either stepping or hopping back through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, we're just going to walk your feet up towards your hands. And then bringing your feet out as wide as the mat, turning your toes out, heels in, and then dropping down, coming back into Malasana. Lifting your chest, gazing forwards. And then from here, placing your hands down on the mat. And you can either stay in your Malasana, or if you like, we're going to try a little crow pose. So bringing your hands on the mat, shoulder distance apart, spreading your fingers nice and wide. We're going to bring your knees right up into your armpits. And then we're just going to lean forwards. And you can either just bring one foot off, or if you can lift up, bringing the other leg up, coming into your Bakasana Pro pose. Really engaging your core, looking forwards. And then either stepping or hopping back, coming through your vinyasa. So inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then coming down onto our mats, we're going to come into frog pose. So this is quite an intense stretch on your hips, so please go to wherever feels comfortable. So you can either come lengthways on your mat, which might feel a bit nicer on your knees, but if you do have wood floors, it's quite nice to have the slipping sensation to get you a little bit deeper into the pose. So bringing your knees out, and then you want your legs to be at right angles. And then you're just going to walk your hands out. And then just let gravity gently open up your hips here. Keeping your feet flexed. Breathing deeply into any tight spots. Last couple of breaths. And then slowly walking your hands back up, coming onto your knees. And then we're just going to sit back into a wide leg child's pose, bringing your forehead down onto the mat, sitting back on your heels. And just taking a moment here. And just checking in with your hips, noticing how they feel. And then we're going to slowly make our way onto our backs. And we're just going to take a happy baby to finish. So bringing your hands either to the outside edges of your feet, or you can grab your two big toes with your peace fingers and just drawing your knees in towards your armpits. You can rock gently here from side to side if that feels nice. Maybe closing your eyes. And release. Coming down for our final resting pose, Shavasana. So bringing your feet as wide as the mat, arms beside you, palms facing upwards, keeping your eyes closed. I'm just going to take a couple of nice deep releasing breaths. So inhale through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. And again, inhale through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. And then just let your breath return to its natural pace. Please stay here for as long as you need to. Otherwise, we're just going to start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, circling your ankles and your wrists. Take a nice deep stretch, bringing your arms overhead, pointing your toes. And then rolling over to your right side, making a little pillow with your hands, just taking a moment here. And then coming all the way up to seated. Placing your hands on your knees. Slowly opening your eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed that sequence. Please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any future videos. And I really hope to see you again soon. Thank you.